Hello everybody, it's Irish Shadow here, and I'm bringing you a special Christmas present. I guess you could consider that. I said I wouldn't upload anymore this year, but I figured what the hell. Maybe this is a little bit of an exception because a lot of people have been asking me about how to escape from the Duct Tapes Forever DLC for the Escapist. After looking online, especially like on YouTube, off YouTube, I haven't really been able to find anyone who's actually captured any video on it. So I figured that since I just recently discovered how to do this, I would create a little bit of a tutorial video on how to do it. Now, this isn't a full playthrough. Like I said, this is a tutorial. So I'm basically going to walk you through what you need to do, the best times to do things, what items you will need, what to avoid, and just basic little tips to help you out because this little add-on is a lot more buggy than the rest, I would think. But I didn't want to release like a 8-part video about how to complete this. So let's begin with some basic rules. Step one, you have to remember the daily routine. So basically, from 800 hours, 0800 hours, I should say, to 0900 hours, you got morning roll call. Then 900 hours to 10 hours, 1000 hours, you got breakfast. Work period is 1000 hours to 1300 hours, so that's 3 hours for that. Midday roll call is from 1300 hours to 1400 hours. Afternoon free period is 1400 hours to 1600 hours. And then you have dinner from 1600 hours to 1700 hours. Exercise period is 1700 hours to 1800 hours. Shower period is 1800 hours to 1900 hours. Evening free period is 1900 hours to 2200 hours. And then evening roll call is 2200 hours to 2300 hours. And then basically the lights out, which is basically where you have to return to your cell at night and you're not allowed out, is from 2300 hours to 0800 hours. Now you'll notice that like the work period, afternoon free period, and then dinner, exercise period, shower period, evening of free period, they all have stars. That basically indicates that these are the best times during the routine to cause mischief, as guards will mostly all be in the same area watching the other inmates. This doesn't apply to the evening free period or any other free period like that, but the shower period, dinner, exercise, basically they're all going to be in the same area watching the other inmates. So take those times to do whatever you need to do. Step 2. Smarter, faster, stronger, richer. As a general rule, I will always spend the first few days increasing my skills to around the mid to high 80s. It's just, you don't really need to go into the 90s. There's nothing really, I don't even think there's really anything in the game that you need 90 intelligence or above to craft, but usually I go for about intelligence wise 80 to 85-ish. That seems to be the perfect level because you don't really need a lot of well, you do need strength because getting your strength up pretty high increases your overall health, and your speed will increase how fast you hit opponents back. Intelligence is obviously for crafting, and then you want to do a lot of jobs for other inmates, mostly like cause a ruckus at events because it's just quick, easy money that you will need later on, let me tell you that. But money's pretty easily to come by in this one. Step 3, never keep contraband items in your desk. When I was doing my initial playthrough of this game, I kind of ran into a glitch where I had gotten caught during No, I got my cell searched, and like not only did my contraband items be were all taken, but my non-contraband items that were essential for escaping, they were taken. And I figured, well, that's okay. I could just go back to the box and get them. You go back to the box and you find out that they don't respawn. I don't know if they ever respawn. It's just at that point, like when the sticky tape disappears, that's basically their way of saying that you can no longer escape this prison, so you basically have to start over. So watch what you're doing very carefully. Yeah, it's one of those like weird broken bug things. They haven't patched it yet, but I got an alternative. Use the toilets in the 3 solitary confinement cells north of your cell, as each toilet can hold up to 3 items, and guards do not check toilets unless they're flooded. Remember that. If you accidentally flood a toilet, make sure you take the item out of there, wait for them to fix it. They will eventually, I think. I don't know. But you do also have a toilet in your cell. I don't really know if I would recommend that one because I would just rather keep the alternative here. Keep all your items in their basic forms in your desk. Example, putty is not contraband unless it's crafted with a guard's key. You craft a putty with a guard's key, it becomes a key mold, which is basically a contraband item. The same way that um, glue and toilet paper are not contraband items on their own, but when you craft them together, they make paper mache, which is contraband. So you got to make sure that you don't have any of that, but you can basically keep those items together or separate until you really, really need them. And you only need paper mache for one thing, and you need 2 pieces of paper mache for one thing that I'm going to tell you about later, and you'll pretty much not won't need any more paper mache after that. But yeah, that's the basic stuff that you need to know before starting. So I guess let's begin. Okay, so starting day one, you basically want to start by building up your skills. So you want to work on your strength, your speed, and your intelligence. As you can see, there's a box in there with a question mark. Those are basically the boxes that you want to search in order to get the mandatory items needed to escape. And it's always a good idea to make sure that you check what favors the other inmates have. Like I just got two favors to cause a ruckus, one at morning roll call and one at dinner. So that was an easy 30 coins right there. But for the most part, you can get away with skipping breakfast, like meals and stuff, exercise periods, and basically shower periods. So you want to kind of come down here. This is where the gym is. And you're basically going to want to grind this until you're either fatigued, which in this case you just head to the next building to the right, and that's the shower, and that will basically recover your stamina. But now we have the job period, which when you start this game, you'll be the janitor as you usually are. So make sure you grab your mop. Basically, hold on to your mop or whatever you got because it can basically double as a weapon. But you don't really want to go around attacking very many people right now because you're totally underpowered. And these guards are pretty buffed up. So yeah, just keep walking around the main silo in the in the center and just find these mess piles, I guess they are. I don't really know what they are. But yeah, just mop them up. This job only pays like 10 coins per day. So this is why I kind of like doing favors for the other inmates, because that's basically what it is. Now this is your job, your actual objective. You got to make a fake fingerprint. You got to find a tape recorder and a tape, and you got to find a key card. And right in here is where you can work on your intelligence. As you've seen, there's a camera there, but if you stand exactly where I am, the camera can't see you. And you can basically just grind away at reading the books. Every skill point that you get in for intelligence will take 9 stamina away from you, so it's not much. It's kind of slow, but you know that shower is always there, and it's the best way to refill your stamina pretty quick. Just make sure that you're like, it's always a good idea to stick with the group just to let the guard's opinion of you lower, just to make sure that you're not going to get jumped for no reason. But as you can see, my skills are now basically to the point where I want them, so we can basically start collecting for our heist. Now this right here, you can't go up there because it's a restricted area, as you can see here. But there is something you can do. You can take your mop, basically turn it into a weapon like Toxic Avenger, and beat one of these guards up. Make sure no other guards see you attack him or loot him. So you basically want to wait until you're alone with him, and then you want to take his guard outfit. And when you have the guard outfit on, cameras do not recognize you. So here we have the card reader, and that's basically the easiest of the three. You have the voice analyzer thing, whatever, and we have the fake fingerprint, or the fingerprint scanner. The fake fingerprint is definitely the hardest to do, but we're going to do that one second to last, because we have a little bit of stuff that we need to build up on. And as you can see, these are all restricted areas. As you can see, there's a box up there. It kind of looks hard to get to, but I will explain how to get there. We need a red key, a cayenne key, and you can't open this door as you are, but if you put on a guard outfit, you can actually open it, because this is the guard's hut, basically. So come all the way up here. On this wall there's a box, and grab this key card. And the other boxes in here that you can use to get like special stuff to the main things you need to craft, like talcum powder, stuff like that. Come up here, highlight your card, press square to activate it in front of the console, and that part's done. So that's one down so far, and we have 2 more to do. We still have to do the voice recognition system and the fake fingerprint. So yeah, that's basically where this box comes in. But as you can see, that's a job, and we don't have that job. It's the wood job, so why don't we go find out who has a wood job? And apparently it's Piers Bronson. Another key thing about intelligence, you need 70 intelligence in order to get a new job. So make sure you work on that stuff. But right now we've located Piers Bronson, and we are going to work on a way to actually get him, but we have to wait until the work period. But these are the cells I was telling you about. So like there's 3, 6, 9, and 12 if you count the one in your cell. But as you can see, there's cameras on the walls in everyone's cell but yours. Now, I said that you can use the guard outfit and the cameras won't recognize you, but they will recognize you if you search the boxes. So what you saw me do there was you pick up the box and the desk and put it in front of the door, leave, come back in, and then you can basically look at what's in the box without being seen by the cameras. The way I see it, the game doesn't play fair 90% of the time, so like why the fuck should you? But I grabbed 2 sheets and I made it into a sheet rope. And now we just gotta wait for Piers Brosnan to enter the shower area because that's how he's gonna get to his job. And then we are basically going to attack him. Tie him up, and there we go, we knocked him out. We're gonna bring him into the gym, throw him against the wall, put the sheet rope, tie him up with the sheet rope. He'll be stuck like that until the end of the work period, or until a guard comes in and tries to untie him. If someone does come in to try and untie him, like a guard, make sure you knock that guard out. But yeah, basically all we have to do now is just sit and wait for the end of work period and he'll lose his job. And there you go. As you can see, I lost my job, but so did Piers Bronson. So we can take his job now. But now you see we've made an enemy in Piers Bronson, which means every time he gets close to us, he's gonna try to like fuck me over. So you want to make sure that if you do have to knock out somebody for any reason, as long as it's an inmate, you want to try to give them some kind of items to raise their opinion of you, so that shit like that doesn't happen. Because when that stuff happens all the time, especially when it's more than one person, it gets really old really quickly and it can really screw you over in the end. But we'll just wait until... This is another reason why you don't want to have any contraband items in your desk. Because when your name gets called for cell search, and you don't have anything in your desk, you don't immediately have to run over there and make sure that there's nothing, because you know that there's nothing. Just keep making sure that you aren't putting anything contraband in your desk. But see, now we're going to try and get into this area, which is Dr. Evil's little office, but we need to find the Cayenne key. So in order to find the Cayenne key, you're gonna basically have to knock out a whole bunch of guards and hope that they have the Cayenne key. Like, he has the red key, so Baster's gonna be put on a little bit of a list. We'll need him for later. And a little while later, I actually found this guy right here, knocked him out, and he's got the Cayenne key. So we're gonna keep the name Knots in our minds, and we're gonna remember that he has the Cayenne key, because we're gonna beat his ass again. And yes, I flooded the toilet. I made a secondary sheet rope, which I didn't feel like keeping in the box or holding on to, because at this point I don't have the I don't have the contraband pouch made, so I wouldn't be able to bring that through the sensors. So it's basically garbage, so I tried to flush it and it flooded my toilet. That it is what it is. Okay, so basic items that you're going to need for your initial escape. You're going to need a few toothpastes, a few talcum powders. Okay, I'll actually give you more detailed. You need exactly 2 toothpaste, 2 or 3 talcum powders, I think. you'll need 2 lighters and 2 plastic things that you can melt to make molten plastic, because that's going to give you, all those combined are going to give you your cayenne key and your red key that you'll need for later. So just keep all this stuff in here. Get rid of all this other shit that isn't going to help you progress this stage anymore. And you're also going to need glue. You're going to need 2 glues and 2 toilet rolls, because you're going to need to make a fake vent cover. And we're going to need the vent cover pretty soon, so we're going to keep checking all these desks, and hopefully we can find a whole bunch of stuff that will help us craft items that we're going to need. See, like, yeah, there's glue there we need. Probably grab, yeah, I do grab the toothpaste, okay. And this is like the best way to do these things, because cameras are a bitch, and I fucking hate cameras in this game, especially since, like, on the PC version, you get a common item, and I do mean it's common. It's as common as, like, lighters and stuff. It's called shaving cream, and basically what that does is allows you to use the shaving cream to block a camera's sight. But in the console version, that was replaced with duct tape, which is extremely rare, extremely expensive, and basically not worth using on security cameras for any reason whatsoever. It's just too damn rare, and 9 times out of 10 it's too needed. But I wanted to check these cells again. This guy is going on a little bit of a rampage, so I decided I would just bring this shit back to my desk. And I think this is where I actually craft a few of the minor items. I don't have any of the toilet rolls, but I do get a lot of this off screen. Like, I'm not here to give you guys like crafting tips or anything. That's all stuff that you should know basically going into the game. If you're playing this game, you should know 90% of the crafting notes. Except for like the DLC exclusive things that you need to escape these, I will tell you how to make those. And I guess like right now I'm kind of, yeah, right now I was basically doing some math, thinking about how many I would actually need. And I think I came up with my decision. And yep, I got my 2 molten plastics, which are basically going to be used only for the key. And I have my 2 putties now, so I have my 2 key molds basically, and my key fillers. I don't have any of the toilet rolls yet, but that'll come later. Okay, so basically got a lot of set items already good to go. So we're gonna head back to the other area because I want to check a lot of those rooms again. And apparently I figured that by now that guy should be gone. And lo and behold, I step through here. And what do I see? This guy is still doing his bullshit. So I don't know what is going on. It's like another bug. It's really, really, really buggy. But eventually he does finally leave, allowing me to finish my setup. And nothing I need there. And don't be afraid to actually get like beaten by the guards, because as long as you have nothing contraband on you, it's not gonna affect you whatsoever. And there's that fucking knots again. But yeah, I do realize that I'm gonna get attacked as soon as I go to roll call, but that's fine. Another thing I should point out is that when you're at a routine event, you don't necessarily have to be there the whole time. You just have to be there for like a total of 15 seconds. If you're there for 15 seconds, it basically counts as you being there. But if you're not there for over half the event, you will get a little bit of hatred from the guards about that. But yeah, a few contraband items you will need. You'll need 2 files and duct tape to make the flimsy cutters. You'll need a duct tape and another file to make it into a lightweight cutters. You'll need another file and duct tape to make the sturdy cutters, and it has to be the sturdy cutters, I'm telling you right now. And then you're also going to need a foil and duct tape to make the contraband pouch, which I will make off screen. But yeah, as you see, I have my sturdy cutters. I have my contraband pouch, which allows me to bring all this stuff through the metal detector undetected. I have my guard outfit, my fake vent, 1 putty, and 1 molten plastic, because you won't need more than 1 fake key of any kind for this mission. But right now I have to do my job just because I'm not completely done this stage yet, so I don't have to really, I still would probably need the money, so I just keep going with it. Plus, breaking into a place like that during like a period where everyone's roaming around is not a very good idea at all. So basically, I am going to grab everything I put in the box, and I'm going to head towards Dr. Evil's office. And I think I'm going to wait until the next period, like the next main event, but I still have to find the cayenne key. So I knock him out. It's not knots, but he's got the cayenne key as well. There's only 1 guard that will have the red key. So basically, take the key off him, craft it with the putty, and make sure that you put the original key back on him. Otherwise, you will be caught and sent to solitary confinement. But next time, we are actually going to break into the office and finish off this level. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2. It should be up shortly after this video is, probably the same day. But I hope this has been helpful for you guys, and if you guys like what you saw, remember to like, comment, subscribe. And I'd like to say thank you guys for watching, and that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in part 2 of Duct Tapes Are Forever.